Okay, well, first of all, I was going to have highlights of the first half, but I think maybe I'll put you out of your misery and not go there. The ESPN2 has got the Leafs and Capitals on right now, so after this, if I'm just seem a little distracted, you'll know why. Big thing coming out of the NBL, Smithy. This is this morning. The awards finalists, the Andrew Gaze Awards, have been announced, and the Breakers have a fair amount of representation here. Nothing in the MVP, which is the award named after Gazy, but that goes to Bryce Cotton, Mitch Creek, and Xavier Cooks. Out of those three, that's going to be really tough to decide. Cooks himself got a triple-double last night for the Kings, so he's been massive. Coach of the Year, Adam Ford for Cairns, Chase Buford for Sydney, and Mody Maor is in there, so really good to see him being selected as a possible winner considering the season and the turnaround that they're having. Smithy, most improved player, Kanoa Pinda from the Cairns Taipans, Sean McDonald from Tasmania, and Will McDowell-White from the Breakers. He's been a huge part of the team as well, coming in as one of the Aussie players. Sixth man of the year, Barry Brown Jr. from the Breakers is in there, along with Rashard Kelly from Tasmania and Tyler Johnson from Brisbane. Defensive player of the year, this is an award you imagine Mody wants to see one of his players win. Well, Derek Pardon has been nominated, along with Antonius Cleveland from Adelaide and Shea Ely from Melbourne, another Kiwi boy. So that's awesome to see. And then in the Next Gen Award, Luke Travers from Perth, Sam Froling from Illawarra, and another Kiwi, but he's playing for Cairns, Sam Wardenberg. That is amazing to see. We had Sam on last year. He has got such an amazing future ahead of him, Smithy.
It's great news, and look forward to those Andrew Gaze Awards. Gazy, as you know him as, I look forward to the handing out there. I really do hope that Mody Maor absolutely, I think he deserves to. And I think they should look pretty favourably too on the Breakers in terms of this season. But now that they're on a level playing court as such, just what talent though and how hard it's been over the previous years. So let's hope that they take that into consideration. What else has come across the desk?
Well, the FA Cup is ongoing at the moment, Smithy. Today we had Brighton knocking out Liverpool 2-1. So sorry, Liverpool fans, about that one. Stoke City 3-1 over Stevenage. And the one that I was really looking forward to, Smithy, if you haven't seen Welcome to Wrexham, get on it because it's an amazing series. I was watching it here in the office, and this is Paul Mullen getting it up to 3-2 for Wrexham.
Here's Mullen. The break is on. Palmer being held back. Dolby on his way. Mullen just checking his run. It's Paul Mullen who scores to put Wrexham back in front. The late show from Paul Mullen. Will that be enough for Wrexham? Paul Mullen's extraordinary run of goal-scoring form continues. Doesn't matter what the competition, Paul Mullen, it seems, will come up with the goods when it matters most.
And Smithy, that came in the 86th minute. It was 3-2. There was 7 minutes of injury time. And Ryan Reynolds was there in the box. He was cheering on. The fans were cheering him on as well. It was a home game for them. But it did not stay that way.
Featured in all 4 divisions of the Football League. Knew that this was going to be a big test for Sheffield United, regardless of their status in the English pyramid. In by Doyle, and they've got their equalising goal. John Egan to the rescue for Sheffield United. Deep into stoppage time. The 10 men have responded. 3-3.
3-3 is the final score there, Wrexham and Sheffield United, Smithy. So they're going to have to replay in the 4th round. There's one more match to go, and that's tomorrow at 8:45 a.m. New Zealand time. That audio coming from BN Sports and Sky. Derby County versus West Ham.
Derby against West Ham, okay. So more traditional teams that over the years have had decent sort of history in English football, more well-known teams, but Stevenage, Wrexham, what great stories. Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, all playing in this. It's such a romantic competition, to be fair. If you know anything about the history of football, the FA Cup still matters a hell of a lot to those fans. And what else have you got lined up as we head towards the news, man?
Lastly, a little self promo. We love the Warriors here at SENZ. Smithy, Kempe recently got to talk to a bunch of them. Dylan Walker being one of them, and we spoke to him about how much the culture means to him, and I guess his time coming from Manly and South to now being here with the Warriors and Andrew Webster.
Is it a defensive structure that you know, having played at South Sydney and won a grand final, and Manly, having that good run through with them as well, that you're quite comfortable in this competition that will sustain hopefully an 8th spot?
Yeah, I truly believe that we can, definitely be in the 8th. It's going to be hard, and things can change. Like, I've been around long enough, especially in the Manly, years, and even at South, that everyone's gunning to be the best and want to win. But we've identified that we want to be, a top 8 team. And there's got to be, obstacles and hurdles, because you don't know what's going to come. You don't know how things are going to unfold. And for us to learn how to adapt and, adapt and overcome a few obstacles, that's going to be, the greatest achievement greatest obstacle for us to achieve this year. And, I think we're moving in the right direction with Webby, identifying a few things in defence and attack, and everyone's on board and everyone's rowing in one direction, and it's quite refreshing and quite cool, because everyone here at the Warriors wants to be here. I feel like the club did the right thing last year, where a few players didn't want to come back, and that's good, because it's knowing that you want people here being here and buying into the culture and buying into the Warriors. And I think that's the great thing what the club has done.
And Smithy, that was a real big question mark around this team when we had players leaving because, well, they didn't want to be based in Auckland. They didn't want to play for the New Zealand Warriors, even though they had signed the contract for said team. Interesting to get that kind of perspective from Dylan Walker, don't you think, Smithy?
Yeah, it is. Again, that word that Dino from Dunedin and a lot of players, a lot of people that listen to the show have question marks over the word culture. It's an interesting one. Certainly it's always one that's bandied around in terms of the Warriors. It is an interesting one. And a lot of people, and a lot of Australians don't buy into that stuff. They just say it's actually called rugby league. It's called rugby league. We have the ball, we try and get to the other end and prevent you stopping us. When you've got it, we try to prevent you stopping getting to the other end. Where's the culture in that? A lot of Australians say the game's called rugby league.
Hey, mate, right? I love a bit of footy. I love a bit of footy. If you want to hear the rest of that interview or any others that Kempe did with the Warriors recently, head along to the SENZ Radio YouTube channel and you find all the good stuff there.